Yes, sir. We start live.
ಹರಿಯುವ ನದಿಗೆ ಮೈಯೆಲ್ಲ ಕಾಲು, ಉರಿಯುವ ಕಿಚ್ಚಿಗೆ ಮೈಯೆಲ್ಲ ನಾಲಿಗೆ, ಬೀಸುವ ಗಾಳಿಗೆ ಮೈಯೆಲ್ಲ ಕೈ. ಓಯೇಶ್ವರ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಶರಣಂಗೆ ಸರ್ವಾಂಗವೆಲ್ಲ ಲಿಂಗ. ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್ ಈವ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸ್. Ravindra Korea, chairman of Bangalore branch of SRC of ICI, wholeheartedly welcome you all for the 87th Jnana Dasoha live webcast session from Bangalore branch. Today's topic is on Tally Prime for professionals, the change of approaching. As I mentioned yesterday, this 2 days program is under the banner of, under the aegis of Digital Accounting and Assurance Board of ICAI, the Central Council Committee. The Bangalore branch is hosting this 2 days programs. Yesterday, Dayani Sharma sir has addressed, and yesterday's session was modernizing your CA practice with digital and RPA by CA Saurabh Goenka. Continuing with the same in a digital mode, we're having today's session on Tally Prime for professionals. Recently also we had an Tally session, but this is especially for what is the benefit for the professionals and how it can be handled. And the today's speaker all the way addressing from Mumbai, the happening city, is none other than CA Punit Mehta from Mumbai. On behalf of all the viewers and managing committee members of Bangalore branch, I wholeheartedly welcome CA Punit for the today's session. Welcome you, Mr.
Thank you, sir.
Dear members, I wholeheartedly welcome you all for the today's 87th Jnana Dasoha live webcast session. It is compliant consisting of the today's session, new way handling clients and self data, the navigation especially related to audit and MIS reporting. Using powerful shortcuts keys to complete the task. Other new features of Tally Prime. Yes, Tally has become our for chartered accountants. The word Tally itself is we used to say the whether we got a balance sheet tallied or not. Earlier version was there when we are making the books, writing the books in a physical mode. Now once Tally came and other software came, this Tally is simple, but how exactly whether it can be prepared under the guidance issued by our Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, where their professionals requirement is there, and not simply whatever you are entering in Tally, the result may not come easily. The professionals requirement is most important. So that is the purpose we Bangalore batch with along with Digital Accounting and Assurance Board hosting this program. Members, tomorrow we are having a session, the QRM scheme under GST for GSTR 1 and GSTR 3B by CA Annapurna Srikanth from Mysore is going to address tomorrow session. Members, kindly note that tomorrow 4th, after that we are taking 10 days break. Why? The reason is very simple. We are having a 52nd SIRC conference is scheduled on from 10th to 13th. It is in first time in the history they are virtually conducting SIRC conference. I request members to kindly register for the SIRC conference. SIRC conference means the celebrations of all 45 branches. So Bangalore is the biggest branch all over India and also in SIRC. So thought from 4th to next 14th, our next Jnana Dasoha live webcast sessions will be on start from 14, 15, 16. That will be again Monday. And why it is not Wednesday? Again, reason is there. After 14th, 15th, 16th, our Jnana Dasoha program, then we are again 17th, 18th, 19th. The sessions scheduled from international conference from ICA is scheduled. So we are a little bit rescheduled and adjusting with our regional council and head office. As branch in exactly we are working under the guidance of Central Council. So kindly make note that members, I request you to all register for the SIRC conference also through online. With that note, dear members, I wholeheartedly welcome today's speaker CA Punit and also all the viewers for the today's sessions. I request Bangalore branch treasurer CA Divya to formally introduce CA Punit Mehta to the all the viewers. Over to Divya. Unmute. Divya, unmute.
Thank you so much, Chairman. It's my privilege to introduce before all of you CA Punit B. Mehta as today's speaker for the webinar. He is an enthusiastic of Tally and has been sharing knowledge on software in India as well as abroad for the last 19 years. He has been working closely with numerous small and medium scale enterprises to have their MIS reports and operations streamlined. He co-authored to the book Tally for Professional, published by WIRC of ICAI in the year 2019. He also co-opted member of Digital Accounting and Assurance Board of ICAI New Delhi for the year 2019-20. He was co-opted member of Public and Government Financial Management for the year 2020-21 at WIRC of ICAI. He has also developed a fully integrated module in Tally for builders, chartered accountants, shipping C&F agents, schools, colleges, etc. He has addressed Maharashtra Sales Tax Practitioners Association for implementation of GST and earlier VAT audit in Tally ERP9. He was ex-visiting faculty to Direct Taxes Regional Training Institute for providing specialized training on investigation using Tally to income tax officers and commissioners. He has also addressed various study circle and branches of WIC of Institute of Chartered Accountants of India and Bombay Chartered Accountants Society. He was founder member and currently treasurer of Jain Chartered Accountants Federation, Mumbai. He was joint treasurer at Sri Pashunath Jain Vidyalaya, Varkana, situated in Pali, Rajasthan. With this brief introduction, I welcome you for today's webinar, sir.
Thank you. Chairman Shri Ravindra Kore sir and Treasurer Ms. Divya, and first of all, a big thank you for IRC and especially Bangalore branch for inviting me on this program, on this platform for Jnana Dasoha. I'm really privileged to be here and discuss more about how Tally can be used by the professionals for the professionals. So, with these words, let me start my presentation. Tally Prime Professional. Is my voice audible and clear?
Yes, Punit, yes.
Yeah.
It is audible and clear.
So, what we are going to learn today is or understand more how we as a professionals can get more out of Tally Prime. We all are aware, or some of us might not be aware, that Tally has recently launched Tally Prime, and as Ravindra sir said, we already had one session on Tally Prime. Okay, so this is not this particular program is not just about discussing some of the features of Tally Prime, but using Tally Prime by the professionals and how they can take benefit from this. So, to make things simpler, we will divide our discussion into three parts. Okay, as what normally a professionals would work with is many times they are into compliance management. By compliance management, I see is that GST, TDS, audit, the statutory audit part, how Tally can be used for easing the management part of the chartered accountants. So that is the first part. The second part is going to discuss more on simplifying our accounting practice. Some of us must be doing, maybe doing data entry work for the clients, okay, or they must be sending their resources for the at the client's place. These accounting practice, how we can simplify further with the use of software, those things we will do. And the third part would be on enhancing our consulting assignments. So many of us must be using Tally's data for their regular consulting assignments. My submission here would be, okay, we are using it for compliance. It's fine that we are using it for accounting, but we should try and use the maximum for the purpose of consulting. So what are the parts for consulting that we must use? And let me take some of the examples to you with you. Along with it, of course, we are going to discuss the new features of Tally which are really relevant for the professionals. So that we are going to discuss. And also we are going to discuss some of the old features of Tally that they were not being used much. And I'm sure with this, you would also, after this presentation, you would see Tally in a different way. That's what my humble submission is. And if I may look at the chat, friends, can I get some basic details that what are we using Tally for, or which is the one biggest challenge that we are facing when we are using Tally? Can I have some answers so that it is an interactive session? Ms. Divya, this chat button I'm seeing is everyone can share it with me as well, right?
Sir?
Yeah. Just wanted to check the chat button that I'm seeing is everyone can, I can see the chat if you're if anyone is writing, right?
Yes, anyone is writing, you can see there, as well as Q&A. We expect the questions to be in Q&A.
Okay. And I'll go. Right. So, what would be the biggest challenge what we as a professionals are facing when we are using Tally? What is it that we are facing? Can I have some answers on that? I'm sure all of us must have seen Tally. We have enough number of participants. Can I? Okay, preparing financial statements. Yes. And Ms. Sangeeta Kumar has said. Right. What are the other challenges that we are facing while we are using Tally ERP9? Now, some of us must have started using Tally Prime as well. Fixed asset management, depreciation related to fixed asset. Yes. Maintenance of register, again, as Mr. Devi has said, maintenance of register like the advanced register for GST, I believe. Okay. When you talk of GST, or maybe what you're saying, how many of us are using Tally's capability for JSON, reading the JSON file or GSTR2A reconciliation, GSTR2 reconciliation. How many of us are using? Yeah, Dikshit Kumar has said 2A reconciliation is a challenge, and arithmetical accuracy is what Mr. Sriram is saying, but Tally is known for that. I'm sure what you must be referring is maybe about the forex calculation or maybe about the valuation. Otherwise, arithmetical accuracy is quite good. That's what we understand from a lot of our clients. Okay, let me reframe the question. GSTR2A, we all need to reconcile, and we must be using some software or Excel sheet for updating it. Tally also provides the JSON working. Just wanted to know how many of us are using that capability. If somebody can, if anyone is using, then they can also put in the chat so that I'm aware. Okay. How many of us are using auto or rather quick bank reconciliation of Tally? And why is it that I'm not finding a lot of answers on this?
So they are putting in both in Q&A as well as in chat.
Okay. Now I've put this question for chat. If somebody can, if those users who are using it are not aware, if someone can please respond back. Fine. By the time the response comes, CDB says not using. Yes. For the other participants, friends. Okay. Yes. Now I've started getting some response. Fine. So here we come. Is that yes, feature set management and the other part that we discussed is something that is required. But let me also share that today we are going to learn some things that is going to ease our compliance management as well as accounting practices. Okay, so keep sharing your knowledge or keep sharing your questions on the chat, because more the interactive session is, more we would be learning. It's not that it has to be a one-way communication. So my suggestion is, let us make this session the interactive session. Okay. So coming to the compliance management part, is now Tally has provided the Windows Explorer style mode. Okay, let us see how the same can be useful. Now this is a Tally Prime. Okay. The new thing which has come is that if you want to load any data, okay, and you want to see that how data, I've stopped my video so that we can have full screen of the Tally. Okay, if you are getting the data from the client, okay, and you would like to view it, the normal idea or normal working was that we would go in a Windows Explorer mode and then copy the path and then come here, select the company, okay, you select the company and you would control V the paste the file. But now Tally has come with a very simple solution is that they have given three working out here. Whenever you select a data path, Alt K, okay, here if you select, if you go and select Alt F3 or directly Alt F3 from outside, here we can see it has given few options, okay. Specify path, if you know what path it is, that is Control V, the earlier Windows path. Select from drive. Now this select from drive is nothing but giving you the root database option, root drive option. So root drive is normally C drive, E drive, or whatever that F drive in my computer is. And along with that, since chartered accountants get the data via email of the client, Tally has provided the desktop folder also out here. Okay, you can directly select desktop, and here you can select is there any company in which or rather the folder in which we have to work, or suppose this is the company that you have received, directly you can open the company out here. Okay, Control F3, I am shutting down the company as of now. So when we talk of data management for the self or for client, normally what we as a consultant do, putting it from the desktop is a very selecting it from the desktop is a very riskier option. But what we normally do is that we go to the root drive. Okay, we select, suppose year. Okay, 2019-20 is the year in which we have kept all our data, and then we select the client name. Okay, so there we select the client name, and if you are having a GST practice, we select the month, if we have kept the data month by month, or we select the data directly if it has been stored. Okay, so here if you see that the data has been stored in the month of April. Of course, this is the migration required GST demo company. Okay, so I'm just moving my enter and up key. Okay, here I'm just selecting, suppose I've selected up, I'll go up, and then I will move the cursor to whichever month I want, and this is how we are using normal Windows functionality. If you want to go a level up, you can go a level up. If you want to go in some other client's data, we go same way in some other client's data. Okay, so whenever a client's data is coming, of course we can select the desktop as I already mentioned, but this is a new way of working where we can directly save it in the folder where it is being created, and at the same time a little bit later we will see how we can also save the financial statements and all trial balance together in one folder only. Right now that takes a bit of a time. That has also got reduced in Tally Prime. Okay, so this was the first thing that I wanted to share. Okay, now the audit tool. Audit tool is something that was there for close to 7 years now. Okay, but now not much people were using the audit tool. Okay, the reason was that earlier when it came, it had slight amount of bugs, and once those bugs was removed, not many people were moved forward and seen that audit tool. Now, believe me, a lot of people who were using that audit tool were able to save the time, and I'm sure over a period of time in the last 6-7 years, we all must have seen the audit tool functionalities in some way or the other. At least some programs might have got arranged from our branch or from the central level. Okay, or otherwise we can just see that in Tally Prime what new features have been added. I mean, the navigation has been added, that is very nice, but at the same time we will see some of the functionalities which we as an auditor are used to do it has been added to the audit tool. Okay, so now let us go to the next step, is that how we can move, how we can do an audit. Okay, so we go to display and we go to this analysis and verification. So this is a new option which has been provided, analysis and verification. And here, if you see, we have been provided is the data analysis and voucher verification. So once we go to data analysis, here it shows that all the earlier reports, of course, verification of chart of accounts, if you want to compare two companies, that is the closing balance and the opening balance. If you want to compare the closing balance of stock items in the last year and the current year, so that also can be compared in a minute. Okay. In case you all would like to see, I have arranged for that also, but I have a feeling that this verification of chart of accounts and all those things, we might have seen it earlier as well. Okay, because it saves a lot of time. The new thing which has been added is this new button called F9 Analysis and Variance Report. Now, from this report, if you see that all the standard has been provided, okay, balance sheet, all the other report of analysis and everything provided. But if we go in any of those, suppose we go in this balance sheet, and then if we go to this fixed asset, furniture and stand, and go to the voucher. Now the new option has been provided. What? Verification status and verification note. Wish to see the verification status, you can just say external clarification required. Want to check the so the way our so any, or you can just provide the name of what it is, whichever is the users that has been provided. Okay. So for this data, 8,80,000, been asked that verification is required. Okay. Now, how would the user see? User would come here. Okay. Display, account books, and voucher clarification. For the user, he would go to this voucher clarification and see that what the auditor has provided the note. Want to check physical, what it is, and he can put clarification. Okay, so it will go out from here. So this is how users and the auditor can interact with each other. Okay, I will go once again, analysis and verification, data analysis, and then go to the analysis, variance, analysis and verification report. Okay, and from there you can select any of the report for which you are wanting to go scrutinize it, from balance sheet or from trial balance. I've just gone in from balance sheet. You can also go from trial balance, and you can go to the exchange account or purchase account and then provide the note what you wish to provide the note. Okay, verification status, and if this verification is complete, is okay, so you can put your remark out here. So this is the way of auditing what Tally has suggested. Some of us might be inclined to now use the verification tool as well. Okay, so this is something which was already there, a part of it. Now they have improved it. Now that you can go from any of the reports and analyze your analyst, or rather ask for queries. Okay. Using audit tool also has got some fantastic features. like comparing of balance sheet, balances, comparing of workings. Suppose we want to compare two different cost center and compare it with the sales and all those things. I'm sure we all must be aware of it. But if we wish to see, I have prepared, or rather, there is some data with me available. And if somebody wants to see, please put it in the chat message, because then we would go into that particular data and see how we can use the functioning. Okay, audit tool is almost the earlier one also. So if somebody wish to see the parts of how to compare previous year closing and current year opening, do let me know, or comparing the ratio analysis of the two data, do let me know in the chat session. So this would help me in Sridevi, Ms. Sridevi is saying that is notes to account also available in Tally Prime? No, as of now, I don't see that notes to accounts is available. We will have to maintain it in Excel sheet. Earlier, it was available when we had the schedule 6 and rather later schedule 3 balance sheet. So right now, that notes to accounts is not available. But you can put your note. This notes what I just saw, I just explained, demonstrated for the verification, you can put it. Okay, so that is. Okay, coming to the next part. For compliance management, as we just saw, auditing of reports, till vouchers and getting the feedback from the users, we saw both the options. Okay, comparing two different parameters across different years. Okay, if there are two sets of books of accounts and you would like to use those compare the two parameters, which has increased, which has not increased, taking sales as a base or purchase as a base, we can definitely do that as well. Please inform in the chat that would you like to see a demo of that, or would you like to understand how this can be done, because these are very important audit tools, definitely helpful in scrutinizing your client's data quickly. Okay, so I will now move to the next part, reconciliation of GSTR to JSON file. Now, is JSON, is GSTR2 reconciliation important or not? Can I have some answers in the chat? Is it important? Yes, Praveen bhai, very much important. Rajesh bhai, yes. What about the other participants? They feel it is not that much important. Yeah, JSON is one tool available. They are providing the data from the GST website. Yes. And now, since I've started getting some response, how many of us are using GSTR to JSON? Because in Bombay, or whenever I have seen this, whenever I have asked this question, out of 10, maybe one or two must be using it, not all. Many people are using manual Excel export import for comparing the purchase books and the JSON file data or the Excel data. Many are using some software like ClearText, GST Text Pro, and other things. Okay, so if why I want to say is that if we start using the JSON file, the import of JSON file from the data which is provided by the GSTN network, we would be reducing our compliance burden and putting it to the client to check the basic things or the arithmetical accuracy. If we see, now let us go to the live demo. Okay, I will show you some demo of how we can use the GSTR2 reconciliation file. Yeah, are you able to see my Windows Explorer screen? Where I have shared, downloaded the return. Okay, so this is the place which I have downloaded all my returns from the GSTN network. Okay, and now I go to Tally. Okay, I open the respective company. So here the new feature of GoTo is there. Alt G, GSTR2. And by default, October data is available. So we click on button called Alt O. Okay. First we select, suppose we want to do it for the month of July. We select the period. Then we click on button called Alt O, load JSON, and we select the file, the folder where we have saved the file. Okay, that's it. Here you will see if my GSTN number and the month is matching for which I am selecting, then only I would see. In the folder we see there are 8-9 files, but it also shows when it was last modified or downloaded on and what was the date. Okay, as GSTR2 keeps on changing, we need to download the latest version. Okay, and we need not unzip it. We can put it in a zip folder or zip file only. Okay, just select this. Total number of invoices loaded is 63. Do you want Tally to update the reconciliation status? I just say yes. Miss someone asked me that can you get a report of clarification software provided by the client from the CMO or file? Yes, he can. Okay. Now, if you see, as per books, it is 46 vouchers which are there. As per portal, there are about 63 vouchers. And once we go inside this, we will realize that there are some which are not available, okay, and there are some which are available, okay, and it is matching. Okay, here you can just check the update that which transactions you are not available, which transaction needs correction. Okay, so available only in books. These all are transactions which are available only in books, and you can go and check it whether this case there is a challenge that when you're doing the tally auto bank reconciliation is that if somebody is a quarterly filer, he might file it in the month of September. So for the July month or August month, we can come here manually and update it. But for the ones which we are having direct GST credit, this is a very good option which is available. And if you see that some transactions which are there but it is not available in Tally, you can just go to Alt G, create voucher, and create the voucher for the purchase. Okay, it will not automatically create all the details of GSTN and other things that you will have to do it manually, copy it and do it otherwise. But this is a very good option, at least to start with, that whether all my transactions are reconciled or not. Okay, once we know that yes, these are all which are reconciled. Okay, so we can select one or control space by shift and mouse scroll. I've selected all, and we can just say set status accepted because all the amount and everything was matching. So this we can use it. Okay, this you can use it. Otherwise, also if you are doing an Excel reconciliation, you can go there and change the status of it. So very useful. And if you inform your client to do it, they would be at least not disturbing you with the small things, whether the GST number was correct or not, or what was the invoice number, and all those things. So they can look at from here only whether how many transactions are matching and how many transactions are not matching, and they can correct the books of accounts from here. Okay. Once the corrected books of accounts, it will be reflected, and you can also save the backup file of this. Whatever you have completed, okay, reconciliation you have completed, you can save the return. The another backup file would be provided. Okay, I can save the missing details, and I can just say yes. So a backup file has just been created. Okay, yes, and next time you can re-upload the same file. Okay, that's it. Can I know from the chat, is it useful, is it not useful, or what it is? Ravi Kumar says yes, useful. Praveen ji, yes, thank you. Yes. So GSTR to JSON reconciliation is something that it is very powerful. The reconciliation tool. It has been enhanced. Not that it is new in TelePrime. Let's be clear. It was there in the Tele ERP9 also, but the option of creating the voucher from GST report was not there. So this particular option of when we see that in any report, okay, create Alt G, create, okay, create voucher, create master. This option is something new in TelePrime, and this is very useful whenever we are working in TelePrime. It allows us to ensure that our existing work is not stopped at all. At the same time, we are able to cater to some kind of urgency if they have come. Okay, or some master is not there, some transaction is not there. Without leaving the screen, you can do it. Okay, so that was about GSTR to JSON reconciliation. Okay, I'm thankful to all the participants who are actually taking the pain and putting it in the chat, and it gives me encouragement that okay, there are some things we can show more. What things we can show more? Thank you. Okay. Other thing from compliance management which has come is the single password for multiple companies and multiple clients. So in case you want to put a simple password or your own password for multiple clients, that has also come new in Tally Prime, that now whenever you open Tally Prime, okay, I'll check this company, I'll open another company. Before opening, I'll have first click on this F1 settings startup, F1 settings startup, and here I will go for show more, or rather I will go for this option, enable auto login. Okay, enter. If I do, it will become no. Enter. If I do, it will become yes. Okay, enable auto login. Once I keep it as yes, what will happen is that suppose this is the company. Once I have given the username and password, and I wish to open another company, no need of username and password. Okay, so that is where it is quite useful. Simple option for multiple companies and multiple clients. You can keep a single password for all your clients as well. Okay. Now let us move to accounting management. By accounting management, I mean is that some of us must be doing data entry. Okay. So what are the options which are available? Browser access to working remotely. Now, if you are having Tally license at your place and you provide the remote browser access to your client, okay, then it is very helpful. He need not again go and purchase a Tally license. If you are doing the accounting, he can just go to any browser, maybe his mobile browser or maybe his computer from where he is working, and check all the data entry what you have done and see the reports that is available. Would you all like to see how simple and easy to use this browser access to working remotely is? Then I will show, otherwise I will skip to another option, another this thing. Yeah, Ravi Kumar says, please show, right? Okay, thank you. So I'll come to Tally. Control F3, I have clicked stop this company. Okay, the first thing that we should use is go for this company menu, Alt K. Here we have to provide for users and passwords. Okay, here I have just provided my email address, whatever Tally.net auditor is, and I have to activate the browser access. Okay, Tally's remote connectivity is also available, but now we are discussing about browser. Okay, and similarly, you can provide your email address. Okay, just provide your email address, select Tally.net user, auditor, or owner. Okay, not much the difference between the three. It will depend upon the security level. Alt K, I will just show the security level also, user rules. So if it is a Tally.net user, then what are the disallowed facility and what are the allowed facility that we can see out from here. Okay, so you can disallow all the balance sheet and reports and allowing certain outstanding reports only. Okay, so having said that, to keep matter simple, we are allowing the Tally.net owner. What we are allowing? Control K or Alt K. Users and password. The owner is suppose Tally.net owner Punit Mehta at yahoo.com. Okay. Now let me open another browser. I go to Tally Solutions site. I'll just log out. Login. Punit Mehta at yahoo.com. Okay. And I will give the password. Login. Okay. So now the company is not connected. The option of connecting the company should have been done. Alt K, connect, online access. Okay. So I can just connect this company. By connecting, it shows the option out here, C. Okay. Now go to my browser report once again. I refresh this. I find that Apex Electricals is connected. There were some other companies which I had connected earlier, but now this is connected. I go and click on this, and now I am able to access most of the reports. Okay, the common ones, receivable report, ledger reports. You have to see the ledger accounts and the other part. Okay, you can see balance sheet, profit and loss account, whatever. You can change the period as here. You can go back to change report. You can say balance sheet. The balance sheet would come. Okay. So this is how your, and it is not just accessing it. What you can also do is that you can print it, export it in PDF, and then send it to as a WhatsApp to anyone. Okay. So you go to ledger voucher report of a customer. Okay. Here you can just click on this right down arrow, which is there. Download as Excel, download as PDF. Okay. Download as PDF. Ledger also. Now I'm not accessing the Tally directly. It is using through browser. Now this browser could be anywhere from your mobile, from your home machine, or wherever it is. So why I thought that we should know about this is this, that when we talk of accounting management, we are doing the accounting of the client. Client can be given the browser access. Each CA can provide up to 10 different clients the different browser access. Okay, so at least that much can be done. More so can be done after purchasing something, which I'm exactly not aware, but at least for 10 people, you can do the accounting, give the browser access, and let him not worry you every now and then that what is my sales, what is my outstanding, what is my purchase. Okay, this reports is something which will help you. Anant Narayan has asked what is you have to go to tellysolutions.com, nothing else, and log in. Okay, log in with your remote ID. If you are not having the remote ID, you can create the one as a remote ID. Okay, tellysolutions.com. Right now also, since I have logged in, if some of us wants to log in this company, they can try it. I will give the password. Go to your browser. Okay, and go to tellysolutions.com. I think up to 5 users would be allowed on the same login. Okay. Let me check. Select login as Punit Mehta at yahoo.com and give the password as today's date 03122020. Give the password as 03122020. Some of us would be able to access up to 5, I believe. But let's see. And see whether Apex Electricals is there or not. If I will log out from this report. Yes. Go to tallysolutions.com and log in as Punit Mehta. On the right hand side, there is a button punit1mehta@yahoo.com and give the password as 03122020. You will be able to access this particular report, this particular company rather. Let me know how many of us have tried it. So from Tally Prime perspective, earlier it was only 15 to 20 reports which was available. Okay. From Tally Prime, they have added a few more reports, about 35 to 40 reports have been added. And all the outstanding reports, the stock query, the other parts that has been provided. Okay. Ravi Kumar says, yes, he's been able to access this company. He can see, he can download a particular ledger and then send it as a WhatsApp to anyone. Okay. If anyone else also has tried, please do it. I've kept the company open for some more time. Okay, thank you, Ravi Kumar sir. Okay, browser access works for you as well, because once you are out, you need not ask your accountant what is my cash balance, bank balance. You can connect your company and look it into the mobile. Okay, so not only for the clients, it is useful for yourself as well. And sir says amazing, thank you. Okay. By the time some of us checks it, let us move on to some simple parts that important key of Alt G and Control G. Let me take you again to Tally Prime. As I said, whenever we are in any of the reports, suppose we are used to go to DAL and select some report. Okay, in this report we are there, and we just say Alt F2. Okay. From here, if you want to go to another report, okay, we used to go to F10 and then go to it. But now Tally has informed that there is a new way of navigation. You can just click on Alt G and go to any of the new reports. Suppose stock summary you used to go. From here, if you wish to go to stock summary, yeah, Praveen sir is able to access. Fantastic. So although we are working together, there is no much impact when we are, even if we are accessing it through mobile. So there is no challenge as far as what we have seen in terms of speed, even if it is connected and somebody is working locally. Okay. Right. So we can go to stock summary, and from here we decide that some purchase voucher is not been added. Alt G, create voucher. Okay. So right from a ledger, you went into stock summary. From the ledgers, from there you have added this thing. Okay. So you can do the entire option. Okay. So that is the benefit of Alt G. Now, if you want to switch from the option like from Alt G to you have to close the earlier reports. Then you have to click is what switch to, and that is nothing but Control G. Okay. So in case you do not want to load on your normal memory, of course the loading is not there, since even if the reports are open, there is no much loading which is there. Okay. So, but still, if you wish to close the earlier report, you can please Control G. And the important part of Alt G is that if you want to jump to the first report from where you started, okay, CA Annie Doshi, you can directly jump. Although you are in voucher creation, you can directly jump out here. Right? So Alt G is not only for moving or navigation, it is also useful for coming back to the original place where we are gone. The earlier Tally ERP9 also had this functionality of escape was there. Okay, from one report you could go to another, third, fourth, and finally go to voucher, change the voucher, and once you go, escape key was clicked. But now that clicking on escape has got removed. Now it is nothing but clicking on Alt G and going to show open report. So this gives a lot of power to the power users. Those who are using it frequently will get a lot of benefit, where even if there is a disturbance, even if there are multiple requests for some different things, user need not stop his work completely. He may pause his work but need not stop his work. Whether and that is useful when we are also having the options of this invoice creation. So there are 4 items which have been created, and during the 5th item, if there is an option, if there is a disturbance saying that some new request which has come, you can use this button called Alt G, move to the do that particular option, whatever has been asked, and come back to the invoice. Okay, and not only that, while generating a sales transaction, you realize that there is no purchase transaction. Okay, not only going to the report, you can create the transaction also. If there is no batch or if there is no other options which is there. So you can create the transaction by using this Alt G option as well. Okay, so that is the beauty of TelePrime, is that it allows multiple things to work, accountant to work on multiple things together. Okay, let me know if you wish to see a particular demo of this, or we may move forward. Okay. Now, template management for emails being sent and saving of configuration. Now, this is another option which I really like it. Okay, which has come in TelePrime. First is saving of the folder. Now, what used to happen? Now, if some of us agree with me, do put it in the chat that if we are preparing the financial statements, for example, this FX Electricals, we export, go to balance sheet. Okay, we export Alt E, or in TelePrime it is Control E. Okay, and then configure, come here, select the path, folder path where we want to put it, and then save it, and then export was done. In Tally ERP9, every time, whenever I have to export, there were 2 things which was very typical, is that I have to save the particular file, and also save the particular file in a specific place. Okay, and which was very cumbersome, whether it was GST report or whether it is your financial statements. So, how many of us agree with me that for a particular client, if you are exporting, it should go to this folder only and not to any other folder? And like that, it will become life easier for you at the later stages. Can I have some response from the chat? And by the time you respond, I'll take a small break of 30 seconds just to drink some water. Yes, somewhere options have come. Thank you for responding. So what to do for that? I'll show you. Whenever you have started with FX Electricals work, you first go to export and go to configuration. Okay, and here you select where you want to save the file, general. Okay, I select E drive Apex. Okay, specify the path E drive Apex. Now there is no folder called E drive Apex. Do you want to create? I say yes. Okay, and I save this E-Drive Apex as location where I have to save. Now I go to balance sheet. I press on Control E. Okay. If you see, my folder path is E-Drive Apex. I just say export E. That's it. My balance sheet has been exported. Same way, I go to Alt G, profit and loss account, Control E, export E, that is send button, just E. So that's it. Now, once I see, I will go to the folder, E-Drive, Apex, balance sheet, profit and loss account. Okay. So that way, it will help you in reducing. I'm sure this is a small update, okay, not very big update, but when you are working in a full speed, you would not like that again and again you are specifying the folder where you are saving. Okay, so with this, what happens is that if you have given in the configuration, all the files exported at that point of time will go to that particular customer only. There is only one caveat that I would like to inform all the client working, that in case of Apex Electricals, this is fine. Control F3, I close my company. I go to another company. And I select export. Balance sheet, export. Okay, again I have to go to configuration and I have to just first time change it once again. Okay, specify the path and E-Drive demo or whatever. Okay, so like this, the next time whenever I'm sending it from this company or other, next time any reports we are saying, it will go in that E-Drive demo. Next time whenever the company change, you have to go into the configuration, change the company and then start exporting it. So you need not specify the path again and again. It will be really helpful for all of you. Okay. Let's move forward. Template management for emails which are being sent from Tally. Now this is also very useful. Like what I have just specified for export configuration, you can set the template. Suppose certain wordings you would like to just repeat in every mail that you are sending. Then you can just provide the configuration. Okay, so CC BC is fine. Here we can say that show more. Do you want to use predefined message? Which are my predefined, suppose Diwali greeting, payment instructions. So I can just provide my payment instructions or whatever. Okay. And whenever I'm sending the mail, now this email configuration, I have already created the template. Now suppose I am sending a mail to a ledger. I'm sending a mail, alt M, current, okay, whatever email subject and other things. So email message, you can click on this alt S. It will come along with the payment instruction. So whatever was my template, it will come out here and Control A and then click on email. The email would go from Tally to the customer. Okay. So this is how you can ensure that by putting the basic things like you can create as many as templates as you wish. These small templates, you can reduce the errors what the people might be putting, the grammatical errors and other things, the accounting team, and ensure that quicker work is there. So the entire objective of entire session today is to know what are the things that we can do it quickly. Okay, as a professionals, which are useful for us. Quick bank reconciliation. Tally has provided for last, I think, close to 7 years, the bank reconciliation part, that is, whenever you get the bank statement, you can directly reconcile your transaction which are there in the books of accounts and the Excel sheet which you get from the bank, and within few minutes you can reconcile the entire options. Now this is there for last 6 to 7 years. Not much in Tally Prime changes, but if you guys are not using it, then I would like you to use it more. And if you are using it, if some of the participants can respond back, if they are using it more, then definitely we can move to the next features, going to the consultancy enhancement. So please respond in the chat. Praveen says yes, we use it, sir. Eswara says yes, we do use reconciliation feature. Those who are using it, okay. Anant Narayan says a very interesting question is that does Tally Prime have bank import statement option and then create vouchers from that? I would like to post this question to Praveen, no, sorry, Sridevi ma'am and Eswara, who said that they are using it. Are they creating the vouchers from there or not, or are they just using it only for reconciliation? Anand sir has asked, does Tally Prime have got bank statement option and then create vouchers from that? So I'm putting this question again to Sridevi ma'am, who's using it. Eswara also. Are they creating the vouchers from there? Okay, why do we need to create vouchers? It is a simple thing that today, if you get a passbook, okay, from a particular client, he send you a 200 or 300 line passbook, and he expects you to write the accounts, okay. And if you are using some feature, the old way was take the printout, look at the tally, and see what the entries are, and go on creating each vouchers, okay. Okay, that is there. There is another option in Tally which will help you to shorten this period. I'm not saying import this completely. It will help you to shorten this period. Would you all like to see? Would you like to see some answers, please? We have close to 337 participants. It's been fantastic audience. I really love it. Would you all like to see this bank reconciliation option and how to create it quickly? How to create vouchers quickly? Or shall I move to other part of consultancy enhancement? We've got about 45 minutes, friends, and I would like to finish it on time so that all of us have our commitments also available. Okay. Some of them said yes, they would like to see. Let me take you to the Tally Prime once again. I'll load another company. Now this is a company that 26 November the data is been there. Okay. We can the first and foremost option is to download the sheet. Okay, in this file, if you see, this is a bank file which is available. Okay, as per the bank format. Now this contains data from 1st November till 27th November, whatever. Okay, this is the data file which is available, right? Okay, we can just close this file. And I have saved it at suppose E drive webinar folder. Once the download has happened, you have to go to Alt G, Alter, Masters, HDFC Bank, because this is the HDFC Bank statement I have downloaded. Okay, so here I have to select is the details of the bank name. This is the list of entire bank names what Tally has provided the configuration. Most of the Indian banks are available. Some very few of cooperatives ones are not available, but I have seen most of them are available out here. You have to select. It doesn't work from the name that you have selected. It selects from the list of the banks. This is the one which is for, and this list would only appear for those people for whom that Tally software subscription is active. Otherwise, this list would not be active available. Okay, and here you have to enable auto reconciliation. Two options: download the sheet, okay, and then if you wish, you can provide the place where you want to save, or you can select it during the import of bank statement also. Okay, Control A. That's it. I go to my Alt key, ledger voucher, HDFC Bank. Okay, here I click on Alt R, that is reconcile. I get some details. Here I then go, like I had done for JSON file, I then go out here and say Alt O, or rather import. Import what? Bank details, bank statement, configuration. I say bank statement. Bank statement. Then I have to go with the browser file, specify the path, select from drive, E drive, webinar is what we have selected. Okay, where we have downloaded the file, and select the file. Okay, here the option comes, is it imported earlier? If you have imported it for the first time and then if you are reconciled, then you are again going to the file, it will come the option as yes. Okay. Importing transaction. They are imported, the Tally is matching the transactions as well as the date. Okay. Total entries in bank statement 80, reconciled 4, the other is not reconciled already. Okay. Additional bank entries 21. What do I mean by 21? Is that there are 21 more entries that are required to be done. Okay. I say yes. So here if you see, the 4 entries have been reconciled, but there are 4 entries where these are not there in the system. Okay. So what to do with this? What we can do is that we can just create voucher, that is Alt J, okay, and see the magic. Alt J, create voucher, bank charges, Control A. The check number and every field the narration has come on and on mode. Okay, so the check number has been created. Okay, likewise, if I want to create another, suppose I know for this particular customer, this is from Classic Enterprise, so I can just create Alt J, Classic Enterprise, select the amount and Control A. Accept. That's it. So the data entry part has got reduced, and this is not now, it is not reflected in the books. The number of entries have now which are not reflected in the books have reduced. So those entries have been already created. Alt G. I can go to the ledger voucher report and I can check is classic enterprise, this entry is there. The narration which is there in the bank statement is there, and the amount. So this is how we can ensure that we are the people who are giving us the passbook of 300 line items, as what we have seen in the bank statement. Okay, and if that 300 line items have been without entering anything, you just import the bank statement and then go on creating Alt J. You can go to Alt G again and show open reports, bank reconciliation. That's it. You are once again back to the same screen. So, friends, is this useful? Can I have some comments? We have about 300 participants. Please comment. We are going to see some more features like this. Please provide it. Please provide your response in chat. Is it useful? Is it not useful? Saves your time while accounting or not? Okay. What was also done to turn back is that we can create multiple vouchers together. Space bar, and that is also an option, but that option is available by using customization. You've seen that customization is that by selecting multiple options, we can create the post voucher functionality. Okay, so that is also option. That option is also available. So that was all about quick bank reconciliation. Let's move to another field. Enhance your consulting practice. Okay, we have got about 30 minutes left out. Now let us see what more we can learn. Friends, I need your participation. Unless and until that participation is there, once again request to all of us, all of you, is that please respond back on the chats. It helps me in making the webinar more interactive as well. Okay, so have any of us have used Tally to identify the trends? Now, with a click of button, can I identify the trend that which expenses are more, which expenses are less in all of my previous months? At the click of button, can I identify which customer is probably purchasing from me and which customer is not purchasing from me? Okay, now these are all your, not your statutory questions. These are sometimes, yes, a part of it is a statutory scrutiny also, but they are more so of a business decision. Can you find out the trend from Tally? That which customer has purchased from me, which customer has not purchased from me in last 6 months? What is his monthly purchase? With a click of button. I am not saying that you go on adding up a few reports and then exporting it Excel and then checking it. With a click of button, but one simple button. I need a response. Can anybody find it or can anybody not find it? Some pluses or minuses at least. Okay. By the time you guys respond, I will go to another report. I'll showcase you something. How is this dashboard? Good, bad? It says period-wise, client-wise sales. Okay. Category-wise sales. What different categories has been provided? In this 2007, there is no slicer, but we had added slicer also earlier in this. Okay. So item-wise sales, it is there. So how is this dashboard? Would it be great that if you can prepare this kind of dashboard with few buttons, with few usage from Tally, and then prepare it in Excel? Would you all want to do it? Okay. Okay. Narayan says yes. This is very good, fantastic. So, how many of us would like to learn? So, let's go to the second part. How many of us have prepared IFRS compliant financial reports or other trial balance from Tally? So IFRS have got different requirement. Normally, we all use Tally for our Indian gaps. Okay, but when we talk of IFRS, there are certain other addition which is there. So if those requirements are there, and if you have to prepare the financial reports and if you have to get the data from Tally, how many of us are using it effectively? What I have seen most of us doing is that they take the data from Tally trial balance and then add two columns to Excel, that is debit and credit, and then make the manual changes of debit and credit in Excel, and then prepare the IFRS financial reports. What you guys have been doing? Are we using Tally for preparing at least the trial balance reports and then the financial statements from Excel? Are we using it or not? So friends, I have got demonstration for all of these for getting the projections also. Is that if you want to know in the next month how much money I have to receive from which customer, Tally provides you that. Now this I'm talking is all of them are without any sort of customization. If we do not interact, if we do not work, then this would be really useful. This particular option, this particular webinar will not be of very use to you as well as for me. Narayan Hegde said yes, they want to check the comparative data. Yes, excellent. Thank you. Chidevi says yes, we have not used it at all. Okay, yes. So let me take to all of these 4-5 things very quickly. We've seen the bank reconciliation part. Okay. Now, close this company. Open another company. Right. The first part that I said that if I want to spot the trend, how do I spot the trend? Okay. I go to profit and loss account. Okay. And with one click, now the period is there, April to October. With one click, I click on button called Alt N and I use the option of monthly. Okay. With this option, what I get is my trend details. Okay. In which month I have incurred an expense, in which month what is my sales, and so on and so forth. So if you see, for every month, I'm getting the details. Okay. So a report which is there for the entire period, with a click of a magic button called Alt N, you are able to bifurcate it in the current instance 8 different time or maybe 12. So you are able to check the trend of each expense. Go to indirect expenses and now you see debit, credit, and scroll like that. Which expenses have come in which month? So this has not come. This has been consistently basic pay, which is there but not there in the month of October, and so on and so forth. Okay. Gopal Rati, are you asking about this? No, we for all of these what I have suggested till now, we do not have to add anything except for that posting of vouchers together. For that customization is different, but the other part, the creating individual vouchers, that was not there. And for using this Alt N feature, we do not have to add anything. It is there in pure simple Tally. It was there in Tally ERP9 also. But since today's session is more on Tally Prime and professional use of Tally Prime, I wish to take up this small buttons which will make your life easier, okay, and more interesting as well when we are working with Tally data. Okay, so by using the button called Alt N, you are able to spot the trend and work on it. Now, other aspect of spotting the trend which I discussed was that I wish to know that in which month each customer has purchased from me or not. Okay, how do I come to know? So I go to Alt G. Show more. Group summary. Okay, I select your group summary. Okay, and I go to my debtors account. Suppose debtors. Right. In F12, I select opening balance as no. I say transaction as yes, and closing balance as no. So these are my total debit and credit transactions for all the customers. And now I again click on button called Alt N. Okay, and here I select the button called monthly. So here I come to know that in which month which customer has purchased or not. Debit is once I have sold him, it will be debit. Okay, in this month he has not purchased. So this is how you can also see a trend of the customers. Okay, by showcasing such value-added part, the idea is let us move away from compliance, let us move away from accounting, and do something value-added work and showcase the customer that see now in this month this customer is not purchasing. Is he getting some other vendor, or why is it your people are not responding? You can add your own consulting options more to it. What my suggestion, my humble request is use Tally Prime for your business enhancement or consulting enhancement. Okay, right. So by using Alt N, you are able to see both the profit and loss account trend as well as this thing. Okay, there are a few more usages of Alt N when we have loaded multiple companies and we can see the data of multiple companies together. But that we can do it at some other time. Now we move to the other option of preparing the value-added dashboards. Now these are all when I talk of this dashboard, that sales and this thing, these are not having more conviction from the customers that there might be some sales return or something which is there. So those all options are there. But once we want something like this in Excel, okay, if we want something like this in Excel, it is not a very tough job. It is just a matter of maybe 5 minutes for you guys to prepare this thing in Excel. I'm not an Excel expert, but definitely I can share some things with you which will enable you to make this dashboard. And not only this, one of my friend took this report and created a fantastic trend analysis, or rather estimate analysis, that in which customer is actually purchasing in which month and next when he is going to purchase, by using some Python coding along with that. But that's a creative work that he has done it. I don't intend to add any of that value to you, but I do intend to provide you the option how we can create this kind of dashboard. Now we are into Tally. We go to export. Okay, we go to transactions, or other we can say others. Suppose sales, vouchers. So more sales, vouchers. We say no. Configure. Okay. Sales register. Here the option is, what is this option called? Export for pivot table. Export for pivot table. I say yes. I enter. Okay. Export for pivot table. Update the existing file. No. Okay. And here I would provide the folder path eDrive demo. File name pivot Bangalore. I will also change the period from 1st April. Okay. And then Control A, E button for sending. Let us see what is this report for. Now, if you see, this is a pure pivot report. Okay, voucher number, date, party name, item alias, actual quantity, details of dispatches, okay, purchase, sales, everything is there. Okay, here we can just go and insert pivot table, and then the game is yours. You create the pivot report as you wish. You can create beautiful graphs, you can create charts, whatever you wish to create, you can create it. And as I said, some of you can go and create an estimate analysis when each customer is going to buy, heat map, and all those things. So once you get the raw data in Excel, it is something for the users to work more on Tally. Okay. Right. So here I was questions till now. How to create pivot table or anything of questions till now? Okay. How is this report? Excel pivot report, and then creating the dashboards for you. Some answers from the participants. We are about 340 participants right now. Any questions that they need any other options or some questions of that sort? As I said, this particular report is available. I will show once again. I'll go to Telegram, go to export, or you can go to your normal DAS sales register. Okay. Alt F2, select the period, and then click on button called export. Current, export current. Okay. Select the pivot option, go to configure, and there go to show more. Export for pivot table. Here you have to keep it as yes. This is the only option which you need to ensure. That's it. And if you wish the other details like stock item property, the ledger properties, that is notes, the address, GST details, you can also select this as yes. Order details. So I will export it once again. File name 23 daybook. Control A, send. Miss Sridevi, in ERP also this feature was there, but in Prime you can export whenever you are sending, from Gateway of Tele you can directly go and export what we did it earlier. In ERP 9 you have to go in the earlier second way which I said that go to DAS sales register, select the period and then export it. The same option was there. Not many people were using it, but this is something which was absolutely. Okay, Mr. Devi has asked another question. Okay, I'll take this later. Okay, so this is how you can use Tally Prime's capability and Excel's finishing for getting some beautiful dashboards and then provide it to your clients. Okay, we do provide it in a normal way, balance sheet, profit and loss account report, but with this one export pivot table chart, one of my friend or client was able to generate not less than 20 different types of report, period wise, month wise, and whatnot, the graphs and everything. Okay, so this is something very, very useful, and I would urge all of you to use this report for your professional practice. Okay, let's move forward. The next part was providing report for preparing IFRS compliant financial reports. Would anybody like to learn or know how do we do it in Tally? I'll take a break of a 10 seconds and yeah, here is the company. Normal balance sheet and all, we are using it. Okay. Currently, we all are using this functionality of what the working is. Normal display trial balance. Okay. We do F5 export and then ledger wise and then export it, or sometimes we do Alt F1 and then export it, and then prepare our financial statements. This is the way in which our Indian gaps are being recorded, and that is fine, no problem with that. But when we come to IFRS, what one of my friend asked me a question is that Puneet, I want to record some transactions. I want to create a trial balance. I want to keep track of that transactions, and at the same time, those transactions should not be hitting my books of accounts. Okay. So then I said, Ashish is his name. Then I said, Ashish, we have Tally has got a wonderful feature called Tally's scenario management. I will explain how does that work. Okay. For that, there are some basic things that we will have to do. Is that first and foremost, go to create option, voucher type. Okay. Create a JV option which you do not want to, although you want to record, but you do not want to post that into any of the books. Okay. So I say IFRS new JV. Okay. I'm just selecting a particular option and it is a journal. Now, the challenge is that our Indian GAAP's book shows some values. We need to increase the value, we might have to decrease the value sometime as per the IFRS. Okay, for that certain entries are required. Let us see what is the option. Always whenever we are there, we have to select this automatic manual override. It is always good. Okay, prevent duplicate. Make this voucher type as optional by default. Okay, use this option, make this voucher type as optional by default. Okay, Control A. I am not doing any other change in the I have voucher type. I come back to my gateway of Tally. Okay, now I go to Alt G and type scenario. Show more. Or rather, sorry, I go here, create scenario. Okay, in the create master option, I create a scenario. I say Bangalore I may give whatever name I wish to there. I'm just giving. Okay, include actuals and then include my IFRS new journal which I have created. Okay, and I will say end of the list. That's it. Include actuals. This is the first option that I need to set, and then I also need to select this include IFRS new journal. And if I wish to exclude something, then I do it. Otherwise, not. Okay. I go. This is what it is. Now I will pass a transaction. F7 IFRS new journal. Suppose I wish to reduce 30th September. I wish to reduce a fixed asset value by depreciation. I click on depreciation. Okay. Just ensure the status is kept as optional because that was by default I had selected. I am reducing it by 95,000. Okay, and selecting the fixed asset, furniture and cents, whatever. Okay. Reducing the value of fixed assets, whatever. Now this option as you say. Now come the final part. Display trial balance. First is Alt F2. I select the period up to 30th November only. These are my Indian GAAP financial statements. I click on button called Alt C, adding a column. Okay, and there I select enter what? Here I select my Bangalore trading IFRS. This is a scenario that I have created right now. Okay, and let us see. I do not want variance, I want primary. Now let us see the impact. The fixed assets, furniture and cents, that is it. If you see, this trial balance is actual, this is Bangalore trading IFRS. Okay, now this option is available. Now if you wish to see what are the transactions into it, you can go enter inside and see there was a transaction of 95,000 which was posted as an optional voucher, whatever it is. Okay, like that. If you do not want this trial balance, the actual ones, okay, you can just click on button called Alt D. That delete. Now there is only one trial balance. That is Bangalore trading IFRS. And now you can use this IFRS for use this trial balance for preparing your financial statements. Getting my point, friends? Is it simple, tough, useful, not useful? Now Tally is there with the scenario management for long. I don't know, maybe about 12 years. This scenario management was there, but until recently, even I had not used this feature for implementing IFRS. Now Tally, now with this, there are two benefits. Okay, one is when you are working for IFRS in Excel, you do not have a control. Who has changed it? What has been changed? You have to manually recall what is debit, what is credit. Okay, I don't know if there are some softwares available for IFRS reporting, but you have to manually control the debit and the credit part. You're like a flow of transaction, you are reducing something, you are increasing. So your trial balance is always tallied and you are always in control and command of all the transactions that you have posted. Okay. The beautiful part is that if you wish to see Alt G, go to optional vouchers. Exception reports. Okay, here you can see voucher reports, voucher reports, optional vouchers. Here you can see all the optional vouchers that you have created. This was the earlier provision entry when I was testing with that. That was that, and this is what it is. So all the vouchers have been created, but this is what it is. So one more thing, in Bangalore training IFRS, and once I see Alt C, I will select one more IFRS, which I would practice it just yes. So in this the transaction was 75,000. Okay. In this the transaction was 95,000. So now there are two IFRS books which has created without impacting each other, and how you can beautifully use Tally's default functionality. As a consultant, where more you can use this? What more you can do with it? Can I have some options? Can I have some chat box? Where more you can use the scenario management? We have about 330 participants. Okay. This scenario management can also be useful while you are doing a forecasting. Okay. How is that you create normal books of accounts you have already done for the last year 1920 and maybe till 2021 or whatever. You add some optional of sales voucher and then start creating the forecasting of the next year. Okay. For some vouchers in the month of next year, March 22 of sales voucher, and create a forecast of this scenario. Similarly, the forecast could be for major items of profit and loss account and balance sheet, not much. Okay, debit and credit, and then use Tally for forecasting also. Okay, I understand it is very slightly cumbersome, but definitely useful. But I have seen few of my friends using it for IFRS, and they have just loved this feature. They have said, yes, Punit, it has reduced our burden of checking that which user is now, because now they had this security control also in place. So they were able to provide the which user is entering which transaction, and then mapping that, yes. Okay. So now we have very few minutes left, and one more feature which is left out is the cash flow projection. Cash flow projection is nothing but where you can give the projection to your client or for your own working, that in which month what amount I am going to receive. Okay, so again a very less used feature, but I thought that for as a consultant we should know, because outstanding is a perennial problem for all our clients, and sometimes or rather many times at our place also. So for managing the outstanding, very useful feature of cash flow projection. Okay, so where do we get this projection? I go to Alt G. I say project. I go to show more. I say projection, cash flow projection report. Okay, Alt G, cash flow projection report. After clicking on show more, and here I get in the month of November 19. Now this company had that much data only. I'm supposed to receive from here 11,33,000, and once I enter, it gives me the detail from which customer I'm supposed to receive. Okay, same way I can also go to this tables and see what amount I have to pay. So this is how you can manage your cash flow as well. Okay, cash flow projection is again a very scarcely useful feature, but definitely a value add to you and to your client. I'm sure the last 3 hours that you have spent must have been very useful for all of us to know more on Tally Prime and Tally per se. I'm not talking that all these features are new to Tally from Tally ERP9 to Tally Prime, but they were there but not used because of the navigation problem. Now this feature of projection was also there, but it was there in cash flow summary. From there you have to go inside and then find out. But now they have given it Alt G, that menu, and then it is directly open. So like that, many other changes have been made. For Tally users, the earlier features have been enhanced. Okay, and it is my humble suggestion is that go and update your Tally here to Tally Prime. Ask your Tally partner or whosoever, do it yourself is fine. Okay. Now, if you wish the other features of order management or security setup, e-invoicing, how that is going to come. E-invoice, I have an update of for all of us at the end of the session. So I will discuss more on e-invoice 2 minutes. But if you wish to know that Tally Prime has made everything simple. Suppose this company you don't know what is order or management. You simply go to Alt G and say order. So here you get all the order outstanding reports, order click, order book, everything. Okay, if you have to create an order, simply go to create voucher and then go here of other vouchers and select the order, sales order, control F. That's it. And then start creating the order. And if you do not understand something of that, my humble suggestion is do not call anybody. Learn by yourself. How to learn by yourself? Click on F1 help, go to Tally help, and the context specific. Now you are into order, the context specific help will come to you. Whether it is GST, whether it is TDS or that. The context specific help would come to you. It will show you how to create an order, what are the reports which are required for order, how to close the order, delivery, how to record the delivery of this order, and anything and everything related to order. So here I am not only showcasing some feature, but also enabling you guys to create your own practice or around Tally Prime and see that how you can benefit from it. Okay, so any new feature, if you wish to learn, go to F1 help. Need not call Puneet, need not call any of your Tally partners, or need not worry about it. Go to this particular feature F1 help and it will showcase you. Okay. Last and the least, last and but very important, what is the status of e-invoice for the users having more than 100 crores? Okay, the status is this. I will showcase you the expected solution. What Tally is bringing when we are discussing with R&D is that it will be only available in Tally Prime. It will not come in ERP9. Some of us have developed solutions around Tally ERP9, but those all will get migrated slowly but surely in Tally Prime. Okay, this particular functionality would be completely integrated with GST. Okay, and GST and further. So Tally's own Tally's themselves a GST. The e-invoice functionality of generating IRN and QR code would be directly updated into that. Okay, provision would be there for generating both online and offline upload, helping users to generate online and offline upload. Multiple upload of invoices would also be possible, and it would work on debit note and credit notes as well. There are chances that sometimes the e-invoice would get cancelled. So Tally intends to provide that also. This I can say with certainty because I have been interacting with Bangalore Tally team on a regular basis, and they showcase to me that not only e-invoice, those users who are generating the e-invoice, for them e-way bill also would be automated generated. Okay, so that also would come in Tally Prime only. Okay, and if somebody wants to customize the content of QR code, because after the e-invoice comes the content of QR code is going to be very important. I happened to attend one lecture of one of my Bangalore friend, Mr. Venugopal, and he had discussed about the details of e-invoice and the QR code, the internal workings, and then we realized that in we can just not only save the mandatory ones, but few optional things also where we can automate our purchases. So a person who is selling it, if they add certain more details, which is an optional, it can become an automatic purchase voucher entry for the others. So that also customization would be possible in future. So of course, the printing of QR code also would be provided by Tally, but that location and everything would be customized. You can ask your Tally partner to work on that further. So that is it from my side. Those of you who have attended this lecture, my humble suggestion is go to this particular LinkedIn site, and I would be posting today's session shared with more than 375 participants. Now it is 330, and I was really pleased with the way in which all of us have, waited patiently and updated. So please share your thoughts on LinkedIn if possible. We can connect with each one. Okay. And if you want my contact details, here they are for your reference. So
Okay, on behalf of Bangalore branch and all the MC members, I thank you, CA Punit Mehta sir, for giving an excellent presentation and spending your valuable time. Big thank you again, once again, from all the managing committee members and all the participants, sir. I also thank all the participants for your patience, hearing, and continuous support being given to Bangalore branch. Thank you so much, all of you, for that. I also request all of you to kindly participate in December 10th to 13th SIRC conference and request all of you to register for it. Thank you so much.
thank you. And I know in last few minutes there have been some chats and questions.
Yes, sir,
I
you
have been
can.
able to attend. Yeah.
Yes,
So
sir, you can please attend that.
you attended? Okay. Let me see if some of it can be attended. Bank-wise receipt and payment statement is not there in Tally Prime. We need to have, we can have it for all the banks together. Okay, that is there. Then keen to know where it's possible to sign Tally vouchers and invoice with digital signature to go paperless. Mr. Ravi Kumar, we cannot do it immediately. Maybe with some customization we can do it immediately, but Tally is expected to bring some amount of default functionality for digital signature because that is what it is. Okay. So, and for going paperless, you can go and check the Tally shop. There are a lot of customizations available for attaching the paper document with the voucher. So that is there. How to insert company logo. Now that is what Sheila ma'am is asking. Sheila ma'am, my suggestion here is go to F1 help and check the how to insert a logo. It is very simple, and by putting it in F11 and insert logo and just giving the path where it is. The logo should not be of more than 1 inch by 1 inch. That is the suggestion. Okay, so that is where it is. I think rest other questions I have answered. I am especially thankful to Ms. Sridevi, Arula Eswara ma'am, and Narayan Hegde sir, Ramchandra sir, those who have responded, participated well in my presentation. It really gives me a lot of encouragement to do to share knowledge freely as much is possible. And if I have made any mistake or anything of that sort, I'm sorry for that. Do connect again with me on my LinkedIn profile. Maybe today I will be putting a small status of this particular session where I have shared with all of you. So thank you very much once again for having the patient hearing.
Once again, thank you so much, sir, on behalf of Bangalore Bench and all the participants. Thank you so much.